Welcome to another edition or another episode, is whatever you want to call it, of the Independent Creator Podcast. I'm your humble host, Josh, and on this episode, we're going to be talking about owning your own content. As a content creator, it's very important, especially nowadays, to take charge and take ownership of your content and post it out to other places instead of, the reverse. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. I hope you enjoyed the trip, the experience, and the journey right here on the Independent Creator Podcast. So let's actually get started, shall we? What do you mean by actually, owning your content? What does that mean, really? Well, we've actually seen many times that over the past couple of years how I'm not going to call it infiltration or infestation of what called social media, with the centralized nature of it, is a lot of creators have kind of given up ownership of their own content, as it were, that the only way that they can, get any kind of interactions or eyeballs on their branded content is through these centralized social networks or media, whatever. And I just want to bring his attention because what actually happened with one particular streamer, their creator, this creator, is that I know they've been dealing with this for quite some time, and unfortunately, it happens to pretty much everybody almost at one time or another in their content creation journey, is that dealing with the general public, especially on the likes of Twitter or Facebook or wherever, that it's kind of has evolved into a dumpster fire. Not even a dumpster fire anymore. It's more of a landfill fire. It's full on inferno. Is that there is so much negative space and toxicity that goes on. Let's just pull this on from Twitter. Is that they're having to deal with people that are twisting their words and what the message that they want to put out to the world, even after, because take it back to, I'm not going to name whoever this creator is, because it's not my place to talk about it. It's their experience. But from an outside perspective looking in, is that how they have to change their content before they even post it out, and in a way to kind of like make it brand safe, and I using air quotes there, for this toxic crowd. I was going to say toxicity, but I was like, no, that's not going to fit. This toxic crowd, just in case that somebody might take offense or find a way to twist the words and the meanings of what they're posting. It's really uncalled for, and it's really, I want to call out that these particular people that are doing this as losers, because this is all you have in your life. Come on, it's 2023. We have more important, pressing things in our lives to deal with, instead of you saying, "Oh, I gotcha." Yeah, look at this. I'm making them change their ways, and I'm making them run off the platform. Yeah, score one for me because I'm the main character kind of syndrome. These type of people, it's really disgusting to see how far. I know a lot of this has actually been going on for even before social media, but it's kind of brought it to the forefront with how we see this thing. And it really is disgusting how most of us have to change our ways and our thinking in order to not interact or find a way to have these types of individuals not interact with our content. But unfortunately, it does happen. But the problem is that for many years, is a lot of these content creators and streamers, live streamers to be in fact, have relied solely on likes of Twitter or TikTok. And unfortunately, they have given away their ownership of their content. Is that the only way that they can move forward and get more eyeballs on their branded content is actually continuing to use these toxic cesspools. And that's really, really why I wanted to do this episode, is because it's in the high time that we as content creators remove our stuff from there to say, hey, we're no longer posting solely just to post on here. That's probably a roundabout way of saying it, but taking ownership of what we're posting, of what we want to share with the social media outlets like Twitter. So one thing is, like I said, is owning your actual content and maintaining it as, somebody that you make these videos or these live streams or a blog post or music or comics or whatever, any kind of content that you do. And it's something that you really needed to pull back instead of solely putting your entire life's work on, let's say, Twitter and TikTok. Let's just say those two places. You should actually put it or have a website or a blog post or a blog or some place that you have full and utter control over, that you can post your content on your own site, that then what you can do is share out to everything else. So that's the mindset that we have to actually get into without solely relying on Twitter, because already it's a cesspool, and it's kind of like, why should you continue to use something that, yes, you might have some positive benefits in getting or advertising your brand's message out there, but at what cost? At what cost is it affecting your mental state, your mental, even physical state, that the negative is outweighing the positive? And you continue, it's kind of like a Stockholm syndrome. It's just, I know a lot of people are out there and saying, oh, I know I have to get off of Twitter, but this is the only way I can get eyes on my content. It's like, no, there's other ways. Yes, you can still use Twitter, but use it in a way that is not a interaction. Use it as more as a advertisement method. What I mean is, let's say you create a video, or you set up, you have a charity live stream that you have coming up in, say, 2 weeks. Create an image or a post and put it on your site, and then take the link of that particular post and share it out. What's happening is that you're creating content on your own platform, and you're taking that link and sending it to Twitter and having that be as an advertisement for free. Oh, for now, time of this recording, it might change entirely, but hey, for now, is using as a free advertisement to whatever content that you want to advertise for. And then that's it. Don't go in there for interactions. Do not look at anything else. Use it to just as a billboard, just a post. That's all Twitter pretty much is really now, is use it as a billboard, or as like your that little pin-up board at the auto parts store, or the local grocery store, for seeking babysitter or something like that. Think of it as Twitter is the only value that Twitter is currently. There is no more interaction. Do not interact with it. Pretty much just use it as an free advertising. That's it. Now, you can use, especially if you're working with brands for sponsorship deals and stuff like that, you have to have for DMs. Okay, that's it. Use it for DMs and as a free advertising blog or a bulletin board. And that's it. There's no interaction or anything like that. The only interaction is if you allow it for comments or anything like